Hello, this is Dan Marr here from Hamlin Kerrigan. I'm going to be talking today about home issues in New Hampshire in 2021. I not only handle transactional work, but I also do disputes in regards to home sales. And in this market, it is very much a seller's market. There's not enough property and inventory out there. And because of the desire to get property, people are waiving inspections. They're taking other steps to make sure that they're the most competitive bid, and there are consequences to that. From the 2020 sales and in the early 2021 sales, I'm already starting to deal with some disputes in regards to that. In your purchase and sale agreement, your standard purchase and sale agreement from the New Hampshire Realtors Association, the inspection provision gives you the opportunity to inspect and find out a whole bunch of things about termites, radon, a whole bunch of other things. And it says right in the agreement that if you haven't done that, they're not making any representations or warranties. There's also a form that you'll see right incorporated into the purchase and sale agreement called the disclosure statement, which goes through with the seller saying, this is all I know to the best of my knowledge. It's not a warranty or representation. It expressly states that. So they're not promising that that's the condition of the property. They're saying, I'm not aware of something. And that can be critical in a variety of areas. By way of example, one of the things in that disclosure form that the inspector might be able to find, if you don't have inspection, you may not find out, is that a portion of the property wasn't done to code, and perhaps it wasn't also even done with the building permit. So there might have been a new room put in, or new plumbing, new electrical issues like that, that you would normally require, or you do require a permit, but they didn't do that. Maybe because, as many people don't want that extra room to be showing up on their tax assessment because they don't want to pay more property taxes. So that's not uncommon. But if the disclosure statement expressly states that there was, that they weren't aware of any work being done without permits, then the question would come about, does the seller actually know about the lack of permits, that there was supposed to be permits and there wasn't permits? Sometimes the issue comes on that. If you hire a contractor, you might expect the contractor to get the permits, but if you were really doing this on the fly so that you wouldn't have to pay for property taxes, you might have problems with your disclosure. Even though they didn't get an inspection and you're saying there's no representations, warranties, if you expressly state, are you aware of any modifications that were done without the necessary permits, and you say no, but you knew the answer is yes, that's a misrepresentation. It's incorporated into your disclosure, so there might be a claim. If you have a problem with a well that you don't disclose in the disclosure statement, you have a problem with a roof or a boiler or any of those material issues, and you fail to do something about those, you could also be liable, even if there's not an inspection done that catches that stuff up. So certainly inspections are worthwhile, but I understand in this market, to be competitive, some people are waiving inspections and maybe even waiving a financing contingency so that they get that property. Just be careful of what you're looking at and very carefully look at the disclosure statement. By way of example, if there's a provision that says, the 9Q, I think, of the disclosure statement says, are you aware of any modifications that were not done without the necessary permits? And the answer is no, or the answer is blank, then they're not representing to you that there's any, that the work that was done was without permits. They're not making any representation whatsoever on that. So you might find out that basement wasn't done with permits. So that's important. Please consider all those issues in looking at the purchase sale.